My name is Terry Williams, head coach of 1976 FC Phoenix, born and grew here in Canaan, Bonaccord. I played a little bit for the national team in '85, and I'm learning while I'm living here in Phoenix. We started off as a minor league team here in 1974. When there was the association football, Cape Cordian used to be the big team in Canaan, Bonaccord, and so on. And then politics get involved in the football, and all the teams from Trinidad came back to Tobago, and we decided, look, we promote Phoenix from minor league to the Tobago Football League, and we started from there. And some of the players who came through the team at that time, Dwight York himself is a born-bred player from here, and his first club was Phoenix. Darrell Mitchell now plays with Central FC. He's from here. Sean Christmas is abroad. Dario Holmes, now with Jablati, and El Nori, also with Jablati. And we are quite a number of good players passed through the club. From administrative side, Theophilus Trim is a founder of the club. Now secretary for Education, Youth Affairs and Sport, Yuri Cadet, is also coming from this club. Kenny Alfred, who is now running TFE football, is from this club. So we brought through quite a number of players, administration, even referee, Noel Bino, boxer, comes from this club. So here we are, we competing in Super League for the last, or since its inception, Phoenix running in Super League, and we done well. We always within the first four. Now we're battling to qualify for a new format, Big 8. Tomorrow is like a final against Bethel right here. And of course, we have the nursery, the kids behind me. We always think that if you're growing plants, you need a nursery. So we're always battling with the nursery, which is very important. We have down there working with them. Ronald Koo is a young coach here in the club. Originally from Trinidad, but he lived here in the last 15 years. He's in Tobago. And the other guy is Boise Louis, now come back from DC, born and growing Canaan, but he's here now with us about a month. And of course, I'm looking over proceeding. We're looking for the next big talent. There are some nice little talent down there. I could tell you a female. This evening in Trinidad and Tobago playing Ecuador for birth into the World Cup. We have a young girl here, she's going to Bonaccord government. Her name is Diamond Arthur. And we think she's quite a handful, and we're looking forward to the future that she become a player from the national team. As a matter of fact, Kimika Forbes and Karen Forbes, the goalkeeper and sister, I started them here. They're originally from Plymouth, but I work with them here as girls. Kenya Cordner also played here a little bit. So a lot of talent passing through, and we're grateful and thank God for sending, whoever. We are a grassroots club, meaning that we ain't target no high pocket persons. We just want to coach, any person who interested in playing football. Our structure here is not as it should be. An ideal clinic would be that we scout players all over Tobago and so on, and we bring the best here. No, we coaching anything that come here. Anybody who come here, old, young, who want to play football, we facilitate them. So we are working on a small budget. We might have down there, with all these kids there, we might have about 3 or 4 paying parents who contribute to the clinic financially, monthly. The uniforms that they're having right now, we just acquired them from a guy who one of our ex-players met on the beach from England, Surrey. A guy named Tom, can't even remember his second name, but he came up and looked at us and said, look, we could do something. And he sent about 45 uniforms, jersey pants and socks, even coaching, goalkeeping. And he said, look, you could use it, you could turn over the change that we could continue. So we are asking like $200 for a kit, so that we could send the money back to him so he could continue to bring balls and maybe some shoes and so on. So that's that's about what we're doing here right now. What we would really like, ideally what we would like, is to have a better administrative structure and financial support from whoever. We try to keep the politics out of the whole situation. We are here since 1976 and we've been doing this, and we think we're doing good enough that somebody in authority could come and say, look, we offer you something. No? We're not going to, it's good to get venture, but you can see the surrounding. It's not prepared to take gates for at no level or anything like that. So you constantly have to find yourself wanting, begging, asking. The THA though give us some assistance to start the Super League this year. Not only this year, but for the last 3-4 years, the House of Assembly is our only hope to pay our registration in Super League is only about $54,000. And you're talking about finding ground transportation like $1,000 per game when you travel to Trinidad. But we enjoy playing in Trinidad, because we believe that playing in the National Super League or teams from Trinidad playing in Tobago, vice versa, you not only about money. Is the natural way of the unitary state that people from Trinidad should come to Tobago and get involved in things, and people from Tobago so and so. And we see it that the players enjoy playing there because it's the highest level of football played, and it doesn't matter what money it costs. That's the challenge. You want to play at the highest level. And some people saying that the team should stay in Tobago and try to develop Tobago. But we see it as developing Tobago. If we get in the best out of our players playing in Trinidad or playing against Trinidad counterpart, and you could come here and the Trinidad teams come here, and I think the Trinidad could learn from it and see what it takes and so on, and Tobago football could live from there. Doesn't say that there are things that could be structured differently, like the Tobago players who play in the Super League cannot play in the zone here in Tobago, and I say they should. Not all, but some players could play in Trinidad tonight, and tomorrow 4 or 5 of them who didn't play in the team who was reserve could play in the reserve, in the team, the reserve players could play in the league, and it could help, because they would be playing up and down, and that would bring some kind of development. That is my personal opinion about things. We see the academy in the next 5 years that we're hoping that things change on the amateur level, that when the players are to change, like all our players left here and go and play in clubs in Trinidad and other clubs without we gain any numeration, not a dime. Jem Gordon, Darrell Mitchell. It's just not there that clubs paying any money for transfer and stuff like that. So you working hard here in the farm, and tomorrow 5, 6 of these best players could leave and go wherever without you getting $1, or the club having to benefit to continue this project. So we're saying in the next 5 years, we know that players would come, and we are committed to coach good football, but we are hoping that in the next 5 years something is in place for amateur players and clubs to get something back from the amateur players that left the club. So what keeps me going? I have a deep passion for the game. I don't know when it got stopped. Once helped. I personally have a deep passion for it, and I think I have some education about football. I was privileged to go here and there and see what's going on. I think I could motivate the kids, by what I learn and imply, to their training day to day and so on. And it motivated me to see a player didn't know how to kick with his laces and how to dribble, and after a week or so he's doing that, and that motivates me to continue personally. I know that we need more funding to do more, so I hope in the next 5 years somebody somehow come forward and said, look, monthly or annually we give to not our club only, clubs around the country who is doing things like that. Said, look, here is some money, continue your good work, and that's what I'm hoping for from our academy. The academy, with everybody out, it could be something like 70 youths, children aging from 3 to 16. Yesterday, I looked at Light and Life, Pentecostal Light and Life played against Scarborough Secondary, and on Pentecostal Light and Life there were 9 starters from our youth team, and from the Signal Hill team was our next 5 or 6. And we know that we're doing, something for football in the country. We're hoping that some of them go on to play for Trinidad and Tobago. How strong is the football in Tobago? I would say, it's village oriented, and everybody want to see the village, have the best team and so on. But I think more should be done. From a club structure, more could be done from a club structure to strengthen the hype. There is definitely some interest in footballing in Tobago, but I don't feel Tobago getting the whole, fair share everything from a national point of view. We hope to see better interest in the coaching panels in Trinidad, the national panel. There is no chance, as a matter of fact, the scouting and so on that is done across the board is almost nil. You know what I mean? It's almost nil. Apart from the boys who play in the Super League and so on, primary school and secondary school, I don't think anybody have any real interest in the Tobago players. You play in here and the situation in Trinidad is much different. Everything is happening in Trinidad. There is not even an assistant coach from Tobago, nothing. So Tobago, to me, is on its own here. Enjoying football, doing whatever, but from national point of view, I think they're looking in, or the national body not looking in enough into Tobago. There's always some obstacle why this ain't happen, why the people couldn't come over for the screening. Always in the way, we fed up with that. I could tell you something, there's no professional team in Tobago, and that is one of the things Tobago have to address. The Trinidad Tobago Pro League is the biggest level, and there is no team at the moment in there. Tobago United was there, and I didn't think they get all the support from Tobago totally, to be honest with you. And they fall away, but there is a need for a Tobago team in the Pro League. And they're asking a lot of money for entry. And I think the Dexter Skin and them should look beyond that. The big monetary entry into the league, and look at Trinidad and Tobago and talent, spread the base as wide as possible to get the best possible players in the national team every day. Kenya Cordner, Kimika Forbes, and Karen Forbes. There is no, I think Candice Edwards is there, all from Tobago. 4 good players from Tobago. I think if they do better programs between the 2 islands, we could get more out of the country. They're treating Tobago like, South, or Tobago different. They need to set up something here that is, earmarked to look at the best players from primary school level right up to secondary and even the minor leagues or whatever, to get the best available talent and nurture them into the national side. Yeah, this venue is community venue, Kenambana Recreation Ground, and we are fortunate, thanks to the House Assembly, they give us permission to have our club, live here. I'm here every day, 24/7. I know every child who is playing football here. I know every adult, And I'm a facilitator also of the sport. Whoever come from wherever, I facilitate. The field was cut last night by 2 players from the Phoenix team. 2 players with waka, because the government vehicles are down, tractors and so on. And we see it necessary. The ground look bushy, it look bad. It's a nice ground. 2 players from the Super League team cut this field. I want to say thanks to them publicly. And Del Brown, we left back. He's also the top scorer in the Super League team. And my son Shelton, who was in the army. He had a stint with the army. He even had a stint with the national team. He lives in Germany now, but he's here. And both of them cut this ground yesterday with waka. They start about something like 10 and they finish something like 9 o'clock last night. So thanks guys, and continue to look after your community. Final comment, I would say, more local football should be on television. Especially Tobago, we don't see nothing, no clipping, no nothing, you know, no opportunity to sit down on a Sunday and eat the food and say, look Scarborough playing Light and Life, or look Phoenix playing Stokely Vale or something. So we're hoping things like that happen to continue to, I would say, compete with computer and cell phone. You know, something back into the game, you know, something that will compete with all these elements around, you know. So we're hoping that the authorities could find a way, find a program somehow to say, look, 1 hour or so, you could look at some local football, whether it's Trinidad or Tobago. Thank you fellas for coming and hearing us, and hope we continue in this vein. Thanks.